So the millennial generation is all about wellness, yet they tend to prioritize living their lives over proactively taking care of serious health issues. But when it comes to disease like multiple sclerosis, delaying treatment can have a negative impact on your health. Here to share their insights on life with MS and the impact MS can have on the younger generation and the importance of being proactive with your health is Ann Gilbert from Can Do MS, a national MS advocacy group, and Channing Barker, a millennial-age person living with MS. So, Channing, how do millennial-age people with MS approach healthcare differently than previous generations?
Well, thank you so much for having us this morning. We really appreciate it. This is such an important topic that I want my fellow millennials to really take to heart. Millennials really like to do things a little bit differently, and we really prioritize living our best life over our health care. And it's very important that when you are diagnosed with MS, that you have a working relationship with your doctor and that you're proactive and that you take a very driver's seat role with this disease. You know, you're usually diagnosed between those early 20s and late 30s, and that's a really busy time in your life. You're usually your prime of your life, frankly. You're maybe buying a house, maybe getting married, possibly starting a family, and maybe traveling. I know that that's something that I love to do. And so living with MS can kind of seem like a bump in the road, but when you have a working relationship and you start on a disease-modifying therapy early on, it can delay disease progression, which is very, very key in slowing down this disease. And I really encourage my fellow millennials to do that.
Now, Anne, what are some major issues or disconnects in the way younger generation is approaching the care when it comes to MS?
So when the younger generation are diagnosed with MS in their 20s and 30s, in the prime of their life, receiving that diagnosis can really bring about emotions of fear, of shock, and denial. And some of those emotions can prohibit the younger generation from following the appropriate steps to manage their disease and their health care as best as they can. And so Channing and I are here on behalf of Genentech to raise awareness around MS and to really encourage that younger generation to take control and to advocate for themselves and to research the different treatment options and wellness strategies that are available that fit best with their lifestyle. And so from there, we encourage you to talk with your healthcare provider and have that one-on-one conversation to get on treatment early with the right disease-modifying therapy for you so that, most importantly, you can really delay that disability progression and live the most full and healthy life that you can from now till for years to come.
And why is it so important to continue to increase awareness of MS among members of this younger generation?
Yeah, so it's really important for the younger generation who are diagnosed with MS to know that they can be in control of their health and in control of their MS, for them to be proactive, to advocate for themselves, and to know that there is life beyond MS. And they can do that by really advocating for themselves and having the right conversations with their healthcare provider on getting on disease treatment early and to manage their disease as best as they can.
Now, Channing, can you describe your experience with MS? How has the condition impacted your life?
So I was diagnosed with MS in 2006, and so I've been living with it and working with this disease for a while, and it's impacted every part of my life. Everything from, when I was diagnosed, I didn't have the ability to walk. I was numb all over my body. I had brain fog intensely, and I still have a lot of those symptoms today. Thankfully, when I was diagnosed, upon that diagnosis, I worked really hand in hand with my doctor, and we researched independently and both found to a conclusion as to what the best disease modifying therapy was for me and what fit with my lifestyle, because I'm pretty busy and I like to stay very active, and I didn't want this disease to slow me down. And so once I had that great relationship established with my doctor, it was much easier to advocate for myself and to advocate for what life I wanted to lead and then to pursue that. So I was able to fulfill my dream of being a news anchor and also a news reporter in TV and broadcast television, and that was so wonderful. And after a number of years in that career, I decided that possibly a better health, a better choice in career might change my health a little bit. And so now I'm living the life as a communications director in my career, which is a little more manageable for stress, and I'm able to live the best life possible because of a number of choices I've made.
Now, since millennials prefer to do their own research online, including social media channels, are there any resources where they can get more information?
The great news is there are a lot of wonderful, valid, and valuable resources for the MS community to access online. First is the National MS Society. Please check out their website to learn more about MS and learn all the science and data behind MS. Please also check out Can Do MS's website by going to cando-ms.org, learn about different wellness strategies, how to create a comprehensive healthcare team, and how to live your best life possible with MS.
Absolutely. Well, this is such an important topic, especially for the generations coming behind us. So we'd like to thank both of you for joining us this morning and speaking more on it.
Great. Thank you so much for having us.